Hi, I'm George Abraham, and I have here with me Mr. Razi Al-Budaywi. He's a manager with the research department at the Kuwait Financial Center, Markaz. We'll be discussing a recently published report by his team that will detail the impact of the FIFA World Cup 2022 on the investment climate and economy of the state of Qatar. Okay, so first let me start off. In the year 2010, Qatar got the honor of hosting one of the most prestigious sporting events in the globe, the FIFA World Cup for the year 2022. Could you tell us a bit more on how it will impact the economy?
It is a great honor that Qatar is hosting this globally acclaimed sports event, especially that it won the bid after competing with very well-developed countries, which were the US, Japan, Australia, and South Korea. Add to that the fact that Qatar will be the first Arab country to host the FIFA World Cup. The impact on Qatar's economy is going to be humongous. About 500,000 football fans will be flocking to the country, and that will have direct impact to the infrastructure and hospitality sectors.
Okay, in terms of numbers, I mean, how do you see this as an impact on the Qatar's GDP itself over the next decade?
It is expected that spending on infrastructure, building stadiums, roads, and railways would add up about 1 to 1.5% to Qatar's GDP value.
Mr. Razi, coming back to infrastructure, such a huge event will obviously require a significant amount of resources and infrastructure to be developed from scratch. Could you tell us a bit more about that?
Well, when it comes to stadiums, Qatar currently has 3 of them, and they plan to upgrade them. Yet, the FIFA World Cup is due to be staged across 12 stadiums, which means Qatar will build 9 stadiums by the year 2022. The cost of establishing the stadiums will be $3 billion. What's interesting about these stadiums is that they will have solar panels to use solar energy in cooling down the stadiums and the fields. However, this technology was never tested before, so it would be interesting to see how this turns out. As for roads, Qatar has a plan to expand its network in a massive scale with a cost of $27.5 billion, and contracts are being awarded in 2013.
What about other forms of surface transportation? I mean, apart from roads, is there something happening on railways and trams and subway systems?
Yes, they have started developing their railway network. Actually, there are many projects now being executed, including 4 metro lines in Doha and a tram route in West Bay and high-speed line in Lusail. The cost of the railroad project is estimated around $41 billion.
Okay. You mentioned earlier that almost 500,000 people will be coming to Qatar for the event. Now that's a huge number of people. How is Qatar going to manage that, and do they have a plan?
The plan is to double up room inventory in the hospitality sector from 44,000 to 88,000. In this direction, Qatar is now building 140 new properties with the cost of more than $12 billion. Moreover, tourism is being revamped in Qatar as well. Projects in this field include Qatar National Convention Center and 6 museums and other entertainment venues.
I can only imagine that the information and communication systems would be under tremendous pressure.
Yes, of course, and that's why Qatar is upgrading its ICT network. Optic fiber cabling is being laid for more than 25,000 kilometers.
There's also the issue of access points into Qatar. There's going to be a huge number of people, and this is going to be a big strain on the airport facilities. Are there any plans on development on that side?
Actually, yes, there is a plan. Currently, Qatar's airport can handle 12 million passenger per annum, which would not be enough for such a huge event. So the new Doha International Airport is being established, and it's going to be able to handle 50 million passenger per annum. The cost of this project is 10 billion US dollars, and it's going to be it's going to be completed by 2017.
Apart from the airports, I mean, I heard that they were building a huge causeway between Qatar and Bahrain. What can you tell us more? What can you tell us about that?
Well, yes, the Qatar-Bahrain causeway is due to be completed by 2022, and once completed, it should be the longest man-made bridge in the world, and it would cut traveling time from Bahrain to Qatar and vice versa from 4.5 hours to 30 minutes only. The cost of this project is going to be 4 billion US dollars.
Okay, let's go back to the financial sector. How would such an event have impacted the financial and the investment sector specifically of Qatar?
The report expects this event to reflect positively on investors' confidence in Qatar's economy. FDIs are expected to increase, especially in the infrastructure and the energy sectors as projects execution kicks off. The government of Qatar has already made moves to deepen the debt market. More bonds, 3-year and 5-year domestic government bonds will be issued.
Okay, so it's not just the economy, but the capital also markets also benefit from hosting such a big event.
Yes, actually, George, and banks would have ample of resources to grow their loan books. Since September 2012, credit to the private sector has grown by more than 14% in year-over-year basis, and credit to the public sector has grown for more than 44%.
What about risks and challenges? I mean, do you see, or can you tell us a bit more about any possible risks that Qatar would face in this endeavor?
Well, there is the financial risk, which the report calls cost legacy. Most of these huge projects are being built specifically for this event, but after the event, and these might, all of these assets might be redundant, especially that Qatar's population is small. And then there is also the lack of entertainment venues is another risk factor here. The event will be held during the months of June and July, and these are the hottest months in the region, which rules out outdoors activities. Qatar will have to build or to create more indoors entertainment venues. Otherwise, the visitors might spend their time in neighboring country and come to watch the games only. There is also the heat would create some health risks. Although the stadiums would be cooled with solar energy, the visitors will spend time outdoors, and they have to be careful when they do so. Security risk, of course, is always an issue in such huge international events. And then there is the project implementation risk. Local contractors in Qatar might not be able to handle these projects due to their huge size, and then there is the challenge of bringing the skills and resources together at the same time, which is always an issue. There is also cost overruns. In most of these events, more people are expected to come. Like when South Africa hosted the event, they expected 1 million visitors, but the turnout amounted to about 330,000 people only.
Well, interesting that you mentioned the project implementation risk. How are the projects, as far as execution is concerned, are they on track? Because we only have 10 more years to go and there seems to be so much to be done.
Well, when it comes to stadiums, the projects are progressing very well. The progress in the hospitality sector is satisfactory. The airport and railways progress is excellent, and roads are as well. Projects in roads are good. The only concern is over the Qatar-Bahrain causeway. It's lagging behind a bit.
Okay, overall it seems to be perfect. Thank you so much, Razi. Your comments are always much appreciated. As always, a very thorough and detailed piece of reporting.
Thank you.